Okay, I just did a setup on this bass, a friend of mine's, and strung it up with some strings, half rounds. So I'm going to do a quick little video about these strings, and I'm not a fan. I am not a fan. What are you going to do? So I have a nice Fender Precision bass, US made. I did a video on this already, and I'm playing through Ampeg combo. Did a video on that. Got my pick slinger. Did a video on that. Did a video on all kinds of stuff. So subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff. But anyway, I am not a fan of these strings. I am sorry. They sound really cool. They sound cool if I play, like, say, with a pick. They sound nice. They're half round, so what that is sort of regular strings now. They weren't regular in the past. Regular are round wound, so they're a core string, and then have a wrap around them of like a wire that's round, a cylinder around it, and sometimes there's a couple of wraps to get them up to the thickness that they need to be, and that's sort of like your standard now. Way back in the 60s, and even I think into the early 70s-ish, the standard were flat wound, so that is with the core, with the winding around it, but it's completely smooth. It doesn't have the round wrap wire that creates like these bump ridges on it. So they're completely smooth, and they have a certain tone that's really thick and really sort of heavy on the fundamental note, and there's not a lot of overtones. You know, it's very bass sounding. It just sounds thud, thud, thud. It just sounds gigantic bass. These are half round, so they're wound strings and ground down a little bit to make them not completely smooth. So they're sort of an in-between string. And the packaging even says on it that they are the third type of string. They sound great. I don't like the feel of them. They're not as smooth as the flat wounds, and they're obviously not as rough as the round wounds. So my fingers are kind of catching on them, especially when I'm plucking with my fingers. The string kind of, there's too much friction on the string. So the flat wounds are completely flat and completely smooth. So they're like really kind of silky and slippery. The round wounds, because of the ridges, your fingers, both hands, your fingers are only touching a small portion of the string, and then there's a lot of air in sort of the valleys, so there's actually less friction. With these, there seems to just be a lot of friction, a lot of drag between my fingers and the strings. It's a bummer because they sound nice. They sound in between the round wound and the flat wound. They're not quite as bright and overtone rich as round wound, which is my preference. They're not as solid and thick and, you know, there, just bam, that's the note, as the flat wounds. they're nice. They sound nice. I just can't hang with the feel of them. So, oh well. But you know. Yeah, they don't have the real punch that the round wounds have. Nice strings if you can get over the feel of them. I know people like the coated strings. I can't stand the feel of those either. That's my thoughts on it, so oh well. Make sure you subscribe.